I decided to play around with the question and I threw it at AI and look at the response. AI was actually surprised.
I'm trying to close.
You can't.
You see,
we need this. We need.
When I study God, what I know about Him is,
Yes, Pastor.
For example, pastors,
Yes, Pastor.
I know I'm more gifted than God.
You know we want you to
Yes.
Yes, you heard it. I am more gifted than God. Now, this is a statement coming from one of our preachers in Africa, Emmanuel Makandiwa. Now, a lot of people have reacted and said it's right, it's wrong, he did this. And I haven't learned that there was a movement that people were printing t-shirts. I wasn't aware of that. So, what do we learn from this? We need to understand that the fact that something you are saying might be correct or it makes all the sense in the world, you don't have to start making such comments. At the end of the day, when you make a comment like that, it now makes it look like you are comparing yourself with God, which ought not to be. So if you watch the full video, he made some sense depending on where you are looking at it from. Even though the body language of the people that were listening to him were like, let's hear this revelation, Papa, tell us. So those are some of the things that I have issues with more than the statement in itself. So when people are looking forward to hear from you in that kind of way that they are looking for this new revelation, this new thing, that is a problem on its own. And it is that same spirit that makes people go and print the t-shirts and everything that they do concerning this particular statement. So these are the issues that I have with the statement. On a general sense, the way he explained it, it makes some sense. But the bigger picture is, how will people take it, and will people really be able to understand it? Will they just understand it and keep it to themselves and just maybe, okay, it's making sense? Or are they going to take it beyond that? And that's exactly what people did from what I found out. Now, another statement that comes to mind is this, just to understand what I'm trying to say. There's a preacher that said that what God cannot do does not exist. Now, what he should have just done in simple terms is just to reiterate the fact that for with God, all things are possible. That is the same. That's what Jesus said. And even in Gabriel, when he was dealing with Mary, well, how can these things be? Say, for with God, all things are possible. Now, when we just leave it at that level, anybody that is curious, they can go to the Bible and do a follow, because the context of with God, all things are possible is in the context of God can do anything that will glorify his name, that will bring glory to his name. That is the context. So when you're now saying what God cannot do does not exist, you are now bringing a new statement. And then we'll now ask ourselves, can God sin? Because part of the things we do is going to be either evil, good, or neutral. So can God now do everything? So I can interpret it that way. So for me, that statement doesn't really hold. So it's just a lesson for us to learn not to try to be this person that is bringing one new revelation. Even if we are bringing something that looks like a revelation, we should bring it in a way of let people examine it for themselves and see, not trying to make a bold statement like, okay, you have said it and you said it better than the Bible. So I think that is the part that really matters. Now, I decided to play around with the question and I threw it at AI and look at the response. AI was actually surprised. So I'm just going to leave the post on my screen so you see what AI had to say about it. Now, I'm not really a fan of AI, like AI is this, is the future, and this and that. I try my best once in a while just to use AI to help things easier for me. And that's what I recommend. The idea of thinking that AI is coming to change this, we just depend on the AI to move. Even if we don't have eyes, we can depend on AI, or we don't want to move. AI can move us to where we want to be. I do not subscribe to that. So, but nevertheless, I just came to my mind. Ask AI this question, or just put it out to AI. I am more gifted than God. So there you have it. You can see that even AI is kind of surprised at what that statement means. It's even asking me questions when it's supposed to tell me that yes, I'm correct, or trying to explain how that it makes sense. It's asking me questions. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, because the only thing I have to say is not to come and criticize he did wrong, he did right, or the other person I mentioned that said what God cannot do does not exist. The only thing I can say is that as Christians, let us make sure that what we are doing glorifies God. There are a lot of scriptures or a lot of things in the Bible that we can requote that practically can capture anything we have to say if we have good intentions in the first place. So that makes all the sense in the world. If we say all gifts come from God, that makes all the sense. Why now say you have more gifts than God? Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So I hope it is clear, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. See you guys on the next one.